Hi, welcome to Bad Music Taste and Other Ways to Ruin Your Life. My name is Dominic.
And my name is Sam. Dominic has a record this week.
This week's record is Wild in the Streets by the Circle Jerks. This record first came out in 1982, and the copy I have here is a 2022 repress from Trust Records. Anyways, today we're talking to Paris Roberts from Truth Cold. How's it going, Paris?
It's good, man. How you guys doing?
Pretty good. So Turnstile is about to go on tour with, oh my God, I fucked that up. Truth Cold is about to go on tour with Turnstile. So how did that come about? How did that come about?
How did that come about? I don't know. Like, we've all been kind of friends for a little bit. And last year, I think around like May, I've been hanging out with Brady, the guitar player. I've been hanging out with him and Franz a little bit more. And they showed me that new record before it came out. And then next thing I know, I get a text from Brendan maybe like a week after I had like seen Brady previous. He's like, yo, you guys want to play this tour with us? We want you all on it, like super bad. And I mean, of course, we were all like, yeah, we were super down. Big issue though was trying to get some fill-ins, you know what I mean? A lot of people in the band have some like life stuff happening. So we had to maneuver our way into making sure it all works out. You know what I mean? We got to get a drummer for half of the tour and then a bassist for half of the tour. All this other extra crazy stuff, but it all came together, thankfully, luckily. And I'm glad to be even considered to go on this crazy tour with them. So if they're watching this later, thank you all. Shout out to you guys in Turnstile. Hell yeah, this is going to be awesome.
And I was saying the funny thing is, the first time we talked, you were like, oh my God, you guys gonna check out this band called Turnstile. There's this awesome band called Turnstile. And now, like a year and a half later, Truth Cold's going on tour with Turnstile.
Oh, dude, yeah, I know, right? The trajectory of it all is just super insane to me. Yeah, I don't know. It's I think, you know, we played with them before. We played with them at there's a spot called the Wind-Out Lot. I think I might have told you guys this the last time we chatted. It's this like outdoor situation that I don't know if they still do shows or not, but it's right next to this spot called The Crown. And it was us, this other Baltimore band, End It, another really cool hardcore band from here. And this rapper DDM who also rocks. Yeah, you know, it's been they've been helping us out and putting us on for a little bit now, you know what I mean? And we're kind of, I guess we're like on their label, I think it's D-Fang and Justice. I think Brendan works with that too. So yeah, they've been putting us on and helping us out in a major way. Like I said, the trajectory is crazy of it all. It still hasn't even really hit me yet, honestly.
Wait, do they run Popwig?
I think some of them do. Justice does, and I think Brendan does, and definitely Dan Fang. I don't know who else is like behind the curtains with it, but I know at least those three are all in it.
Yeah, and just like seeing how much that record just blew up in August is just crazy.
Yeah. You know, it's really cool what they're doing, right? Like I've watched that band for maybe like 10 years of my life now, it seems, which is crazy to me, you know? And the growth that they've made as a band is something that I probably would have never seen coming from like seeing them in like 2013 to now. I'm really proud of them all, and I'm glad that this was the one that got people's attention. That's like, yeah, you know, Turnstile's gonna be that groundbreaking thing that makes people want to like enjoy hardcore, participate in the scene or whatever. Super wild, super it's still very much so their sound, but the risk that they took all over that record is, I think, is just chef's kiss all the way.
Yeah, and like going from listening to like their first record that they ever put out to like listening to Glow On, like seeing just how experimental it got.
Oh,
You know?
dude, yeah. And like they don't even, I don't even think they play anything from that first record anymore. They definitely play stuff from Step to Rhythm, but nothing from that record. They were like completely different dudes. You know what I mean? Like you talk to them now and they're also, I guess that's what happens when you grow older, but they're also like level-headed, still like pretty sick and all of, they still have that like edge to them all, but just a lot more mature than what they used to be.
Yeah, I mean, like they were on like Jimmy Kimmel last night, weren't they?
Dude, yeah. Insane, right? Insane stuff. We're thinking of, we were all the homies back here, we were all placing our bets on when they were gonna run the SNL performance. I don't know when they're gonna, I think they're still, we were all thinking that maybe those SNL dudes are all too scared after. Did you guys see that Fear video of them playing SNL? Yeah, of course you did, right? Yeah. They haven't had a punk band since.
No.
And I think that they're just like, super worried about all that extra stuff. But I mean,
Not just that, but I
It's
don't know if they have
2022.
like anybody that's like into punk on the crew. Because before it was
Yeah.
like it was Belushi that was like, we gotta get Fear on.
exactly.
Yeah.
They gave my man the boot, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I think with this record too, I mean, if they don't want it to get hectic, then they can just tell them to play, Alien Love Call or something. But I don't know what goes through those SNL people's heads.
Because like everything's kind of mellowed out since that Fear performance.
I mean, yeah, that was like almost 40 years ago. So, yeah, it's like, I don't get it, but whatever. They'll probably come around at some point, right?
Yeah, they invited like tons of people like to that show. Like they brought a ton of people, Fear. And I think like it was like Ian Mackay that grabbed the mic and screamed New York sucks.
It might have been. Yeah, that joint was crazy, man. And when it pans out to like the whole joint, I didn't even realize that that's what, I guess it was the 80s. The set to me just looks so freaky and weird. I don't even know why they would even let all those dudes in that place. You see a bunch of like New York City skins and punks, and you let them into your like warehouse, to your set. You're asking for it at that point.
Yeah. And Fear was like, oh well, we needed an audience for the show. It's SNL.
Yeah. I mean, what does SNL get their own audience for the performances or something, or is it just like the people that attend? How do you even go to see an SNL thing? How do you go about doing that?
I have no idea. I've always wondered because they always talk about the live audience, and I'm like, I have no idea.
I wonder if it's a little bit like what's his name? What's that guy's name? You guys probably know who I'm talking about. The dude, he's always on like basic cable, he's like the drama king. He comes in, he has all these people like, dude, it's on the tip
Dr.
of my
Phil?
tongue. No, not Dr. Phil. Close though. It's a little bit more unhinged than Dr. Phil.
Oh, isn't it the Maury Show or something?
Close
like that?
also. Around that same boat. You guys you're getting warmer. What's his name?
Oh.
It's not Maury. It is. Damn. This is gonna haunt me for the rest of the episode. But moving on, I wonder if it's like that, because you can just like, anybody can go to those things if they want to. I think tickets are like $20 to those things, and you can just see people like wild out on camera, for, like no reason. You know what I mean? I wonder if it's like that, or maybe it's a little bit more selective. Maybe they're a little bit more gatekeepy in SNL.
Yeah, same thing with like how they choose the Ellen people to like watch that show. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta get picked. You gotta get hand selected.
You go to the
That's
front.
insane. That's insane.
But so kind of going back to what we were talking about with touring, what are some of your favorite cities or spots to hit while on tour?
Oh, dude. So this is the longest tour I've ever done. This the furthest that I've gone was like to the Midwest between like Detroit and Texas, you know.
Mhm.
I'm really excited to go to Texas, but I'm really excited to see New Mexico. I heard that you can see all the stars there when you look up in the sky at night. I think that's gonna be cool, and seeing all those deserts. Yeah, I think there's probably gonna be like either Austin or Albuquerque. Um, every time people bring up the dates to me, I have to check my phone again and remember where exactly we're going and where the routes are. Um, it'll probably be those two. Toronto will probably be awesome as well. All those cities are awesome. I don't know how they. I wish we were hitting some California dates, but you know the Coachella thing, whatever, radius clause and stuff.
Yeah. Are you guys going over to the West Coast? Like,
Mhm.
is this your first time on the West Coast, like Truth Cult?
Oh yeah, never touched West Coast soil in my life. Yeah, it'll be my first time, but we're not playing California. We're gonna go from the Pacific Northwest, which is I think is Portland and Seattle, and then we'll be going straight down to Albuquerque. And like on the map, dude, it's like polar opposites from each other on like the West Coast. It's gonna be an ignorant drive, but in between that, we're gonna play Vegas, which is not on that tour. We're gonna like do some off dates because there's like a few off dates, like break days or whatever. So we're gonna fill up those gaps, and we're gonna be doing that with a Kulu, and I think we're gonna do some with Ceremony also. But yeah, that'll all be my first time. I'm excited to get some massive culture shock over there.
Yeah. So it like starts over and then just makes it way back. It makes its way back to like DC, right?
Yeah, essentially. So what I'm pretty sure how it goes is we're gonna start in Colorado, go up to Detroit, and then wrap around somehow to like Texas, and then go back up to Toronto. God, this route's kind of hectic. Damn. Yeah, it's just gonna be like one big snake, it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a wild one.
But I saw on your Instagram that Truth Cult is recording a new record. So how's the record coming along?
Dude, we just finished it. We have to master it. But yeah, it's all finished and stuff. I think it all went pretty well. At one point I stayed up till like 6 a.m. listening to the songs with my roommate like 20 times just to you know, pick out everything that I needed to hear with it, and if there's any mixing notes or whatever. Because this record is like, we put a lot of time toward it, and I want to make it as cool and as crazy as possible and all that other stuff. But yeah, I think it's all going to be really good. When it comes out though, I could not tell you. I straight up don't even know. There's a big pressing plant issue. All the pressing plants are backed up. I'm sure you guys probably heard. Most people haven't been getting their records for like 2 years. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can make our way around it or something, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm really excited to put it out, man. It's been a long time coming. We were going to go to the studio in August and record it all just so we could have it all ready for the tour. But I got the good COVID and then passed it on to the rest of the band, except for Emily somehow. She ended up not getting COVID, but all of us did. And it was literally the weekend we were going to do the recording.
That was at the Magpie Cage, right?
Yeah, it's always with Jay. It's always with Jay Robbins.
And is this like the same like batch of songs that you played at like the current space show?
Oh, damn. I forgot you guys went to that. That's where I met y'all. That was awesome. Thank you guys for coming also, by the way. That was sick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so everything that we played that night is on the new record. We didn't play any old songs at all. Because that was the first time, but we were all meeting up to practice. We this was like after everything was like kind of okay and we could all like meet up with each other and practice. We just decided that we were going to record or write an LP. So we spent all the time writing the LP and then had no time at all to practice any of the songs. So we were like, why don't we just play the whole entirety of this record and just see where we go from there? So I guess you guys did hear the entire thing.
I was gonna say, yeah, I mean, even though we didn't know it, I was like, it sounds good. I mean, now hearing that you guys didn't really get to practice a lot before that, it sounded pretty together. So.
Yo, thank you. I'm sure you remember, man. That was a hectic day for me. As soon as I was 2 songs in, I had to lay down. It was so fucking hot. It was so hot, dude. That was, oh, Jesus. It felt great. Like, I'm so glad that it all happened and everything. And I'm glad you guys were there, but oh my God, it was treacherous. I was fighting for my life up there, man.
That was our first show back after like
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Dude, that's nuts. That whole week, that was when the Auto Bar and a bunch of other places were starting to let some shows happen. The day before that, the first hardcore show back happened at Auto Bar. It was like this. It wasn't necessarily a fest, but there were like probably 6 bands on that bill. That was one of the craziest nights or one of like the craziest shows I've seen in a long time, at least. So insane. Yeah, that was a wild weekend for shows.
Yeah, and then like there were a lot of shows announced like last year, but then oh my God, I've been seeing tons in just the past like couple of weeks.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, everybody's hungry right now to tour some, right?
Yeah.
I book shows even on the side sometimes, not as much as I used to, but I'll do it when I can. And luckily the shows have been doing great. I think now we're at a point in Baltimore DIY where everybody wants to go to see the show because they don't want to miss out on anything that was happening. Yeah. And take any of that stuff for granted. We're at a good place right now for like Baltimore DIY, like punk and hardcore and just rock, like guitar music in general, all of it really. Have you guys been like active going out to many shows recently?
Yeah, I was gonna say after the Current Space show, we kind of got a feel for things, and it was like we have gone to so many sets.
Hell yeah! Did you guys see? I think you guys did go to that Negative Approach show, right?
Oh, with the Circle Jerks? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did Negative Approach play, or was that Easy Action?
It's pretty much Easy Action playing Negative Approach songs. Like
yeah, I guess it's all the same thing.
It's the same like lineup. Yeah, it was Negative Approach, Municipal Waste, and then Circle Jerks.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's super sick.
And we ran into Scott Crawford there, and he goes, he was like, "Oh, it's great to see you guys. You want to meet John from Negative Approach?"
And we were like,
okay.
Oh, that's so sick, man.
And he brings us over, and like, John is like pretty wasted at that point, and he's just like, "You know who I am? I'm John Brannon."
Yo, that's so sick.
And he was like, "Yeah, I'd love to do the podcast." And I asked for like an email or a phone number, and then he just starts like yelling his phone number, like as I'm trying to like type it in. He's like screaming it.
God, that guy rocks.
Oh yeah, we did end up doing an interview with him not that long ago. It was super cool, but that was a fun night.
Yeah, there was the Ergs the day after.
Yeah.
Oh damn, yeah, that was at the Auto Bar, huh?
Yeah.
That weekend.
I think I was working upstairs that night.
Oh my God, that was strange because it
was a weird crowd at the Ergs.
There was a lady going around like as soon as like people start like dancing around when the Ergs start playing, this lady comes over and starts screaming that she's our mom.
And we're like, no, she
was not. And then somebody's like, like the person next to us was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." She pours a beer on her head and then walks out of the venue.
It was ridiculous. But I mean, the Ergs were great. So
The Ergs were
vibes
great.
feral. The vibes were so feral. That's crazy.
yeah,
I don't
I
know,
mean,
man. There's been a crazy amount of energy at the Auto Bar like the past, like, I don't know, since we've opened up doing shows there. People are just like losing their minds at any given capacity. So that doesn't surprise me at all that this cooped out woman comes up and just starts wilding out. But that's awesome. Yeah. I'm sure the Ergs were sick, man. I haven't seen the Ergs in years, dude. And I'm bummed that I didn't get to see that show. But yeah, I'm glad you guys went, man. That's sick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a while ago we talked to somebody from War on Women, Sue from War on Women, and
Was it who was it? Was it Ben or was it
it was Sue
oh
from War on
okay.
Women. Yeah, and as soon as we walk in, like Mikey Erg is talking with Sue from War on Women, and we walk over and we like, we're just like, "Oh, can we get a picture with you guys?" So we do, and then afterwards, Sue goes, "Wait a minute." And it's like, do you guys have a podcast? It's funny when like we run into people and then they slowly start to remember.
like, the fact that we've talked to them, it was cool.
Yeah.
That's sick. You
Yeah,
guys are getting a little reputation now.
yeah,
That's awesome.
we saw the Descendants a while ago, and like walking out, we saw Milo, and his wife starts yelling, "You're the podcast kids. You kids did the podcast." And Milo, you can tell Milo can't remember, and he's just like, "Oh yeah." Like, you're right.
Oh, that's awesome. Have you guys
Yeah.
gone to any of the DIY shows yet in Baltimore?
It's funny because like there's like a ton, or there were a ton near like where I live, just like house shows.
Yes.
And
Is that you said you're in Perry Hall, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. They're having house shows over there?
Yeah, and I only
Holy
found out
shit.
about them like
That's
it was thriving like
yeah.
summer of last year, and I found out like fall of last year that all that was going on like literally in my backyard. Yeah, there's this awesome man called the Dead Ringers, who's like guitarist, sometimes has shows at his house. Just found out he lives like 2 minutes from me. It's just so random, you know.
That's insane.
um
That's insane. I didn't know Perry Hall was doing anything like that, but I guess like if there's people there, if there's bands there, they can just, I mean, scenes can happen in any given way. That's wild.
there's this band called Combat. I'm filling in with a show for him pretty soon.
That sounds familiar. Is that dude? Is that dude Holden in that band?
Yeah. Oh my
okay.
god,
I
he's a
met that
huge
dude.
Truth Cult fan.
What'd you say?
He's a huge Truth Cult fan.
Oh, that's sick. Yeah, I met him. When the fuck did I meet him? I met him with my homie Ray Brown. Ray plays in a bunch of. He's like a DC dude. He plays in a Snail Mail and all that other stuff, all those DC indie bands. And he told me Holden's like he's like the prodigy of DIY or something like that right now.
Oh my god,
I'm
he's
like,
got
okay,
like
that's
his own
sick. Hell
label. He's in like a couple of
Yeah.
different bands.
Yeah, he started his own zine too, I hear. That's awesome.
I didn't know about that. Yeah, we just talked to him like the
I
other
could have
day.
probably made that shit up also. But like but I'm pretty sure that's what I heard. I'm pretty sure I heard that he made his own zine.
the probably. Yeah, Combat's got a show at the Metro Gallery, and I was
Whoa.
opening for like Nathan Gray, and I was like talking to Holden and their bassist Josh, and they were like, "Yeah, we don't." We were like, "Josh is getting his wisdom teeth taken out that same day, so we don't have a bassist. Do you play bass?" And that was it. And then so I'm gonna play that show with him
Hell yeah. When is that?
2 weeks from today, St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, no way. Okay. Let's see. I'll try to go to that joint.
Oh, thank you. Are you gonna check out the Jawbox show, Metro Gallery?
Oh, dude, I have to, right? I have to, right? Yeah, I want to try to go to that too. There's just like so much crazy. There's so many crazy shows that are happening in March right now.
Yeah.
And like from here until like I leave to tour, I think I'm going to like, there's like at least like 4 or 5 shows that I'm like excited about it. I like got the tickets for and everything. But in between, there's a bunch of DIY shows too that I got to go to. There's this band called Bib that's playing in this house literally down the street from mine, like maybe like 2 blocks away. And then a bunch of other Baltimore hardcore bands and Baltimore punk bands. I think that's on a Sunday, but if you ever get the gripe to go, you should definitely go.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like a house show.
Mhm.
All right, cool. Yeah, a ton of shows got announced like last Tuesday, and it was like that whole big like Frank Turner tour got announced. Like, I think like a Dave Hoss show at the Metro Gallery, which is super cool. I'm going to that Frank Turner show, not necessarily for Frank Turner, but because of Veil is opening. And
Word.
at like the Fillmore in Silver Spring.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's like, it's like June 18th, I want to say. Yeah. Frank,
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't been to the Fillmore in a minute, dude. I just got a ticket to go see Jawbreaker though at the Fillmore, and with the Lemonheads. I'm a massive Lemonheads fan, so like I'm gonna be over there just wilding out to a bunch of slacker rock songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we were at the Fillmore, I think like early December, mainly because one of my favorite bands, Water Parks, was playing, and I'm like in love with them. So that was pretty cool.
What's up with that band? Who are they?
They're like pop punkish. I don't really know how to describe them, but they're super cool. They've done some stuff with All Time Low. They're kind of in like that branch rather than like hardcore stuff, but yeah, they're super cool.
I see. The show was sick too.
Yeah, I mean, I would say they played a really good set, and Femme opened for them, and I became a big Femme fan, so that was cool.
Hell yeah.
I'm trying to think what else there is. Yeah, there's that Dave Hoss show, which he hasn't publicly announced, I don't believe, but like the Metro Gallery did and started like selling tickets for it. But Dave Hoss hasn't.
Is there not like a flyer for it or something?
No, but
Oh,
like
that's sick.
Dave
That's
Hoss
awesome.
he was never like, oh, we're going on tour, or just like, oh, we're playing Baltimore. I just saw the Metro Gallery had posted like Dave Hoss is coming here in May.
Yo, that's sick.
And I was thinking like, oh, maybe they just got to it before him. He'll post about it in like 5 minutes, like he's typing something up. That was like
Yeah,
a week.
but it could
That
be
was like a
anything,
week or
really.
two ago.
Metro's like, because they just opened up too, they're in that limbo of like trying to pump out all these shows as many shows as they can, and get that ball moving over there. So anything that they can announce, if they can as soon as possible, they fucking will.
Yeah, I was thinking like, oh, maybe he'll just like announce it soon after. That was like 2 weeks ago, and he still hasn't said anything. And like tickets are on sale.
It just was it just the show that he didn't announce, or the whole tour?
I don't even know if there is a whole tour. Like probably, since he's over in like California now.
Yeah, I gotta
But yeah, he hasn't announced anything like that.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
What a coup.
Well, Paris, thank you so much for your time. This was a lot of fun.
Dude, absolutely, man. I'm glad to kick it with you guys, man.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Uh-huh.